Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope you are doing well. My name is Asmara Fahim and I'm your English teacher. In previous lecture, we have done reading and explanation of poem A Night in June by William Wordsworth. In today's lesson, we will get to know how to write proper answers of the poem's comprehension. You will also get to know about the rhyming words as well as identify them from the poem. Dear students, in previous lecture I gave you brief explanation of this poem. Let's recall it again. A night in June. The sun has long been set. The stars are out by twos and threes. The little birds are piping yet among the bushes and trees. There's a cuckoo and one or two thrushes, and a far off wind that rushes, and a sound of water that gushes, and the cuckoo's sovereign cry fills all the hollow of the sky. In this poem, A Night in June, the poet William Wordsworth describes the beautiful night of summer in London. As I told you earlier about the poet's love for nature, so he is portraying the beauty of night in his own words. Students, portraying means to describe someone or something in a particular way. In this poem, poet tells us that the sun has already been set a long ago, and now the night is spreading as it is the start of the night. Therefore, a few stars are sparkling on the sky. The little birds are chirping among the bushes and trees near their nest, as during the early night when the birds return to their nest after a tiring search of food, they make noise to show happiness and gratitude to the god. Now birds are resting in their nests, but a cuckoo and a few more birds are still singing with joy. As there is silence all over, so poet can hear gush of flowing water as well as the rush of moving wind and enjoys the music which is being played by Mother Nature. A loud sound made by the cuckoo fills up the spaces in the sky. These enchanted sounds all together mesmerize the poet and give him great pleasure. Students, enchanted mean magical and mesmerized means impressed or fascinated. Students, here you can see on the screen exercises of the poem A Night in June. I would like you to open your textbook, page number 10. This is your exercise A part 1 on textbook page number 10. This exercise is about understanding the poem. In this exercise, some questions have been asked and after thinking you have to give their proper answers. Now, let's start it. Part A. How are the stars appearing in the sky? Well, recall the poem in your mind and you need to tell that how poet describes the appearance of stars in the sky. Yes, you are right. The stars are appearing by twos and threes. Part B. Have the birds stopped their singing? Students, as poet said that it was a time of sunset and at that time birds came back to their nest to take rest. So have the birds stopped their singing? Yes, you are right. The birds have not stopped their singing. What they are doing at that time? They are piping yet. Part C. Where are the little birds? This question is very easy. The little birds are among the bushes and trees. Part D. What sounds can be heard? Now you have to tell all the sounds which were mentioned by the poet in the poem. And they were piping of little birds, sound of wind that was rushing, sound of water that was gushing, and sovereign cry of a cuckoo can be heard. Part E. What fills the sky? Is there anything which fills the sky? Yes, the cry of cuckoo fills the sky. Part F. Why do you think the stars appear in the way described in the poem? This question has been asked to know your opinion, so your answer may differ from one another. According to me, the stars appearing like this because although the sun has set, there is still light in the sky. As the sky gets darker, more stars become visible. Part G. Why do you think the poet called the cuckoo's cry sovereign? Well, students, the cuckoo's cry is loud enough to fill the sky and so seems superior to the other sounds. Dear students, here is your next exercise. It's part 2 of exercise A. In this exercise, some more questions have been asked about the poem, and these questions are reference to the context. Let's discuss it first, then we will solve it. Answer the questions about this line from the poem. The little birds are piping yet. This sentence means you have three options over there. The birds are little but they are piping. The birds are still piping even though it is late. The birds are piping but. Now you have to choose the correct option. Part B. What time of day is it? At what time of day it was when the poet saw the beauties of nature? Part C. Where are the birds piping? From where the sounds of little birds were coming to the poet. Part D. What kind of birds are mentioned in the poem? Did the poet mention all type of birds in the poem? No. The poet has mentioned some specific types of birds and you have to tell their names. Dear students, I hope you understand this exercise very well. Let's solve it. Answer the questions about this line from the poem. The little birds are piping yet. This sentence means the birds are little but they are piping. The birds are still piping even though it is late. The birds are piping but. Now you have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is the birds are still piping even though it is late. Part B is what time of day is it? It is evening. Part C. Where are the birds piping? This question is very easy. The birds are piping among the bushes and trees. Part D. What kind of birds are mentioned in the poem? Think about it. Yes, the birds mentioned in the poem are some little birds, a cuckoo and two thrushes. Very well done. Now, let's move forward to exercise A part 3. Note down the rhyming words in the poem. Students, I have already explained to you about the rhyming words in our previous session. Let's recall it again. A rhyme is a repetition of similar sounding words occurring at the end of lines in poems. For example, if the ending sound is et, then rhyming words would be get, set, bet, net, jet. When you are figuring out if two words rhyme, use your ears to listen as you say the words. If they sound the same or similar, they rhyme. Students, here you can see some highlighted words at the end of each line. Now you have to identify same sounding words from the poem. First word is set. Do you think set rhymes with trees? No, because both words have different ending sound. Set rhymes with yet. Set, yet. Trees and threes. These are rhyming words. Why? Because both words have same ending sound. Thrushes rhymes with rushes and gushes. Cry and sky. Students, here are your rhyming words of the poem. Set, yet. Threes, trees. Thrushes, rushes, and gushes. Cry and sky. Hope you got all important points of the lecture. Thank you and take care.